If you like this video, hit the bell icon and subscribe. Who was Vallabhai Patel's wife? Where was Vallabhai Patel born? What did Vallabhai Patel do as a young man professionally? Now, if you, like me, studied in the SSC board or like my friends who studied in ICSE, then the chances of you knowing the answer because of school is zero. Honestly, I know that he was called as the Iron Man of India, and I also knew that his contribution to the unification of our country is so immense that so many years later, we as a nation spent 2,700 crores building the tallest statue in the world in acknowledgement of this giant in a human body. But really, what is it that he did for us? God honest truth, if you asked me before I researched for this episode, I would have my way before admitting that I'm not clear. And if you had asked me, why did he not become the first Prime Minister of India, I would have not wasted your time. I would have just said, I don't know. So maybe you, like me, are not sure. After a long time, I'm doing an episode on history, and new members of the tribe may not know that I have already done, in collaboration with Epified, these kind of episodes. These episodes are some of my proudest, and I was heartbroken when the channel did dissolve. If you are someone who does this kind of work and you are looking to collaborate, then please do reach out to me on this email ID. If you haven't seen this playlist already, then I would recommend that you do so, but only after you finish watching this video. Because I'm going to tell you not just about Vallabhai Patel, including that his wife's name was Bhai Patel, he was born in Nadiad, and he was a barrister before he was a leader. But all of that is not important. What's really important is this map by the Pakistan National Movement. If history had played out differently, then this would have been reality. And if one man changed history, it was Sardar. My name is Freesia, this is WAC, and today we are celebrating India's unity by exploring some unknown stories, like his role in the founding of the All India Services or his equation with Gandhi, and why did he never become the first Prime Minister of India. At any point in this video, you can skip to the part that you would like to know more about. Now, before anyone says the most obvious thing, yes, Sardar Patel died on the 15th of December 1950, and the first general elections were held a year after his death, when Jawaharlal Nehru was elected as India's first Prime Minister. So technically, that's why he never became our first PM. But we also need to understand that our interim Prime Minister was Nehru, and he was sworn in 1946 when Sardar Patel was alive. Vallabhai Patel and Gandhiji shared a great love for each other. In fact, he suffered his first massive heart attack because of the grief that Gandhiji's assassination had caused him. He was his lieutenant and right-hand man. And yet, Gandhi showed open support for Nehru. Prime Minister Nehru was immensely popular with the masses, but Patel enjoyed the loyalty and the faith of congressmen, state leaders, and India's civil servants. There's a lot of gossip that historians like to write about the drama that unfolded between Nehru and Sardar Patel back in the day. Honestly, we don't know what was happening between the NCB and Aryan Khan, despite God knows how many number of 24-hour news channels and their constant breaking news. So how will we know the truth about something that happened so long ago, and that too behind closed doors? Some people blame Gandhiji for what happened. But Vallabhai was a man who would make kings and nawabs bend to his will. If he truly disagreed, then I imagine that he would have put his foot down in front of other leaders of the Congress. Looking back at all those tumultuous years, see Raja Gopalachari, who had all reasons to be angry towards Sardar Patel because it was Patel who deprived him of his first presidentship of India. He wrote in his journal, 22 years after Patel's death, undoubtedly, it would have been better if Nehru had been asked to be the foreign minister and Patel had been made the Prime Minister of India. So here's the map that I showed you in the beginning, and here is a generalized version of reality of what the subcontinent looked like around independence. turning both of these into this. This is enough of a legacy for one man, but it doesn't stop there with him. The IAS is also his creation, which he lovingly called as the steel frame of India. He, more than anyone else in post-independence India, realized the crucial role that civil services will play in administering a country, in not only maintaining law and order, but running the institutions that provide the binding cement to society. His critics love to point out that he was heavy-handed and harsh in his dealings, and if he had it his way, we would have gone into battle with the Chinese over Tibet, and we would have used military force against the Portuguese in Goa. Two things that are questionable actions for a newly formed nation. But speaking of heavy-handedness and harshness, this was an era where it was defined by people like these. Unifying 562 princely states under one flag, now that was a tough job, but he rose to the occasion. Perhaps that is why J.R.D. Tata and Maulana Azad were such ardent fans of his. In many ways, today India is divided along the lines of Vallabhai versus Nehru. And people act as if only one of them was enough to have done everything that Bharat needed then. When you research one, the other one shows up even today. Obviously, they themselves realized each other's importance and they worked together. One providing looks and personality and this outwardly pragmatism. Sardar, on the other hand, brought strength, intensity, and a certain stubbornness to the table. Both personalities were two sides of a coin, needed by our nation then. Imagining any past, present, or future that is any reality is cute for a bit, but it becomes toxic behavior very fast. Whatever happened, happened, and we are now here in the same boat. So, in the words of Yashwant Sinha, it's easy for us to sit in judgment today after so many years over the great men who fought for India's independence and then ruled the country. Judgment based on hindsight is a dangerous game, played by especially those who are in a hurry to use history selectively to prove their prejudiced view of it. Let us leave history to the historians. Maybe we should take a page out of Chacha Nehru and Vallabhai's books and learn that even though our thoughts and our ideals don't align, we have to work together for the betterment of any one of us. My name is Frisia, this is WAC, and I really hope that you like this episode enough to share it with all your friends and family. I'll see you guys in that comment section below. Ciao!